The SU-34 has the craziest flight model ever to be added to the game. Crazier than the Draken, crazier than the SU-27 SM. It's crazy, guys. And it's even more crazy to think that this aircraft weighs more, around at least 6 tons empty than the SU-27. So it is a lot heavier, but because of the canards and the extra power, you can do incredible things with this thing. So I'm gonna do some dogfights, some show-offs, basically to show to you guys what the SU-34 can do, to basically try to amaze you with the flight performance of this thing. Although very heavy and kind of a bus, if you don't use for full real control, if you do use it, you can beat anything in a dogfight very quickly if you know what you're doing and get used to it, because I wasn't getting used to it. I need to practice a lot before doing this. But let's get to some kind of dogfights. Just reminded you guys that it's like a friendly dogfight. We're not doing seriously, right? We're trying to see just to have fun, basically, not to actually test anything, okay? But I could get some very interesting kills against an SU-27 and MiG-29, which are kind of crazy. So let's get going. So here it is, guys. Look at this. Yes, that's the thing, guys. You can literally just after a bypass, you can pull so much AOA in the Cobra that you can actually fire a missile. The missile is completely over-G'd, so we cannot do anything. Maybe with the R-77 it would work better, but still, it is crazy how good the Cobra abilities of the SU-34 is, man. It really is. Look at the speed. Look what I'm about to do with this MiG-29. Look at this. So yeah, I was in a defensive position, almost stalling out, and I can put my nose on the target very, very easily. And if I want to do it again, I just can. And I can just lock it up and fire a missile. I mean, I eventually just crashed because it was pulling too much AOA, but you get the idea, right? The aircraft can pull so much AOA that it's kind of crazy. I mean, look at this. It can almost look backwards and fire a missile. It almost works, you know, it's of so much AOA that it can actually pull. And if you control it, you are in a defensive position, but you can out of nowhere become offensive and get somebody by surprise, like my friend there, and get him killed with the R-73, right? What is the only problem with this thing? It doesn't have a helmet mounted sight. This kind of hinders the ability of doing this in some situations, but if you know what to do with the aircraft, it really brings like so many possibilities of the amount of Cobras you can do so quickly, one after the other, and be able to do stuff like this. I mean, look at this. If I had a helmet mounted sight, he would have been dead. He was trying to turn against me, and he eventually just was on my 6, but he was kind of stalling out. Like I said, he's kind of just having fun and not just trying to kill each other so much. But look at this. I can at the last minute try to pull a little bit more AOA, and the missile almost did a 180 and killed him. I think the flare spooked the missile off, but it is just, it's crazy. It's amazing. The flight model of this thing is like, you think it's such a high, like, look at this. I'm stalling out, right? I'm stalling out, but then I can just pull whatever. I mean, he fired a missile, I avoided the missile, and I pulled out of nowhere enough AOA to get a shot from a head-on and shoot the R-73 so quickly that he didn't even realize and got killed, right? This is the type of kill that you get. Of course, you gotta use it carefully, because if you don't use it carefully, I mean, here for example, I could have killed him. I mean, it was just messing around, but look at this. Flat spin, you know? So you gotta be careful, because the aircraft just basically stops flying for a little bit, and the recovery sometimes it's kind of difficult because it's so much AOA. Here is a kind of an example comparing to a Cobra of the SU-27, right? Both of us are doing the Cobra at the same time, and look who has the nose on the target, and SU-27 was mid-course there. The only reason I didn't like manage to shoot him off was because I didn't have a helmet. But yeah, I tried to shoot him off like that, and the R-73 sometimes does like that. I don't know why. And then the flat spin and crash. So I really need to work on my abilities with this thing. I need to spend more time trying to control the Cobra, because the aircraft is so hard to control. It's almost impossible. It really is almost impossible sometimes. But the amount of AOA, you can pull like, I don't know, 120 degrees more or less. And the aircraft gets so weird in the way that it flies that you kind of ended up having some troubles recovering, right? So look at this. I mean, the amount of just AOA that you can pull at the last minute and get a surprise kill is crazy, man. So the target is on your back, you turn on your flares and stuff, and then you out of nowhere pull to him, do a Cobra, and you shoot an R-73. And it's like, I mean, he wasn't trying to kill me, but just to have an idea of what you can do, right? So it really is crazy, guys. These aircraft are... It's just amazing. It really is amazing. Again, here, just messing. Of course, I'm not really... Like I said, we're not taking these dogfights seriously. It's just to put these aircraft into the maximum that they can do, having fun, right? We're just messing around. It's not a proper test, okay? Don't you worry. But look at this. It's so hard to recover it sometimes. You just get those flat spins. You gotta be really careful when you are doing this because of that. You can recover very well because the stall speed of this thing is so low. That you can just recover very easily. But I mean, look at this. It's crazy. So he's coming in my 6, on my 6 over here, and I do a Cobra, and I can fire a missile onto his 12 o'clock, you know? It's kind of like, it's nuts. And yeah, guys, I know the SU-27 can do this, but it's nothing compared to the SU-34. It really is really different. The next gameplay you will see, I just completely out of nowhere did basically the same with the SU-27, and the SU-27 just cannot do the same. It really cannot do it. It's kind of crazy. Like, it's really, I mean, look, it feels like you're not even real flying. And then flat spin, you really gotta be careful. It's flat spin, and that is sometimes it's really hard to recover. You gotta make the aircraft get a little bit of speed to properly recover from the thing, and if not, you just gonna get killed by crashing, right? So it's not for the faint at heart, you know. It's not for everybody. You gotta really put an effort on learning how to use this thing, but it's something. I mean, look at this. These were my first Cobras with it, and guys, I tried with the SU-27. The SU-27, I mean, it looks like a normal aircraft compared to the SU-34. It's kind of crazy how much less the SU-27 pulls, and you will notice how easy it is to recover from the SU-27 as well compared to the SU-34. It's just like, it's crazy different, really different. Here we were just in a replay just to show to you guys what it is, basically looking at the SU-34 doing these maneuvers. So look at this. Look how much AOA I pull out of nowhere. It's completely different. Yes, the SU-27 can do well, see, but it's pulling like 70, 80 degrees, maybe 90, maybe 100, but the SU-34, it's all the time more than 100 degrees. It really stops flying for like a couple of seconds and then continues. So it's really different. Go out there, test it out. It's really fun to fly this thing. So yeah, it is a buzz if you don't use your full real controls, but if you do use them, you can do some crazy maneuvers to get some very interesting kills. Again, it makes you imagine how an SU-30 SM, an SU-35 will be like with these canards, with these engines. It is just going to be, and with the weight, you know, being a lot lower. The SU-34 is a very heavy aircraft, but look at this. It's crazy, man. But yeah, guys, test it out, the crazy fly model of the SU-34. It's pretty fun. I see you guys on the next one. Make sure to subscribe, click the like button, and bye, guys. See ya.